My name's David Knott. I'm the Managing Director for Patrick Dean Limited. We grow about 90 hectares of potatoes and they all require irrigation. We have an intricate network of pipes, roughly 15 kilometres, connecting 3 main reservoirs to a central pumping station. This delivers the water out to hydrants in each of the fields, and then we use either a boom or irrigation guns to apply the water. We apply approximately 7 or 8 inches of water to each crop, but obviously it depends on the year. This year we'll be using all the water we've got if we look closely at the weather forecast. Coarse sand over limestone. We've got a lot of limestone in the soil which we take out using a destoner. The soil itself, you can see, is quite light and requires quite a lot of nutrient to go in it to grow potatoes. Part of our production system is that we produce pigs, and from a straw-based system, all of the manure that's produced by the pigs goes onto the potato crop and provides a useful source of nutrient as well as water retaining abilities. Patrick Dean Limited is owned by James Dean, and James is a major shareholder in Branston Potatoes. Branston pack all of our potatoes and they ultimately supply them to Tesco. PCN is of major concern to us here at Patrick Dean's, and we have opened up our rotation in growing potatoes to 7 years to try and keep on top of it naturally. We do have an underlying level of PCN that we need to control, both by variety with the use of a nematicide, but also more importantly is the control of volunteers in the crops leading up to a potato crop. Conservation forms an important part of our farming. Planting new woodlands is something that we try and do on a reasonably regular basis. You'll see here a new wood that we planted 2 years ago. Strips of Phacelia allow for insects, for game birds and other small birds and invertebrates. The grass provides nesting area, and the areas of bare soil will be planted up with maize to provide cover later on in the season. We grow 160 hectares of sugar beet. We're standing in one of our early drilled fields and you can see it's coming together quite nicely. We are 22 miles from British Sugar Factory at Newark. We lift about 10,000 tonnes of our own quota and take it all into the factory using ours and a neighbour's lorry to coordinate a total of around 70,000 tonnes into Newark. The sugar beet forms a very important part of the rotation here. It's particularly well suited to growing on this land on the heath. We've got quite a long growing window. We lift 50% of ours before Christmas and 50% after. If the weather conditions look as though they're going to change and turn to be much colder, then we will invariably store more on the large areas of concrete that we've got. But if the conditions are a normal year, then we will continue to lift right up until the point at which the factory closes in probably February or March of the following year.